So what are your reasons? Why are your reasons why you don't want to pick up that phone call, right? How many phone calls are you making in a day right now? For me, wise, when I consult with home health marketers, when I train my own marketers for my companies, I expect them to be able to make a minimum of 50 phone calls in a day. 50 phone calls a day. How many phone calls are you making? How many phone calls are your consultants? How many phone calls are your liaisons, your marketers doing on a daily basis? Do you have a phone log? Are you watching what they're doing? Are you making sure that they're doing follow-ups? These are things that you need to be able to have and know and make sure it's there for you. All right? So let me ask you guys, why don't you like to call for your appointments? Why aren't you calling every day? If you want to be able to increase, the way for people to know who you are, to increase visibility, you better be making phone calls. It's a lot faster to do than going door to door. Another thing was, a good question next right here is that have you ever sold anything by phone? Have you literally sold anything by phone in your life? Most people are going to say no. My answer to this is this: if you have picked up the phone once in your life, you sold something already. Have you ever called your kids, for example, and tell them to go to bed early? That's you selling them that they should go to bed early. You're selling them a vision. And everyone who lives, everyone who breathes is a salesperson, is a marketer. It's just different goods that we actually market or sell. So did you know that there are different types of calls and each one of them is handled differently? Did you know that? So we need to be able to have different scripts for different situations. We literally teach people the different closing techniques that are very important out there for you guys to have. You better be able to have scripts, right? A lot of people think that, when they make phone calls, they're just gonna, wing it, just run with it, just who cares, just ad lib everything. No. You want to become prepared. Be prepared. You don't want to be not prepared. So you need to be able to have great scripts. Now, I'm not talking about have scripts and making sure you're reading it verbatim, okay? Where you're reading it while you're in a phone call. People will catch that and they'll see that you're reading, right? You need to expect to make sure that you already memorize these things or have ways to be able to remember it. Or you can actually just have notes in front of you guys that's ready to go. Most of the time, we already know what we're going to use on a particular person when we actually come up with something, when we give a call. This is be able to have top of mind ideas to be able to make sure that to know what scripts work with what situation and have that set up. So, do you have a phone answering process? Like literally if somebody calls your facility right now, does it go to a step-by-step basis? Do you have already set up where who's going to be answering the phone call? If that person's doing something, who else is going to be the secondary person answering? Do you guys have an intake process? Does each one of your people working for you, can they take an intake? If there is a referral, or are they going to put that person on hold? No, everyone should be trained that if somebody calls saying they have a potential referral, that they can ultimately right there and then have that script to start asking the questions to make sure that that person who's going to be giving the referral is not going to be put on hold for a long period of time. So make sure you have a phone answering policy. That is a very important thing to be able to have. Alright, here's the different types of calls that's going to be made out there. You have your cold call, you have your warm call, you have your hot call, you have your inbound call, outbound cold, outbound ad response, outbound lead response, outbound referral calls, and also your door-to-door calls.